Across the windswept plains of Central Asia, a storm was brewing. From the steppes of Mongolia rose a figure destined to reshape the world, Genghis Khan. Born Temujin, this warrior king united fractured Mongol tribes, forging them into an unstoppable force. His campaigns were legendary, stretching from the Pacific coast to the Caspian Sea, and it is in this realm where ingenuity met ruthlessness that we encounter one of his most curious and effective strategies, the legendary 1,000 Cats Siege. Genghis Khan's military genius was not solely defined by brute force. He understood that true mastery of warfare lay in outsmarting your opponent, in exploiting their weaknesses. The Mongol Empire, a testament to Genghis Khan's strategic prowess, sprawled across continents. While his enemies clung to traditional military doctrines, the Mongols adapted, innovated, and exploited every advantage. This unconventional approach would lead to the deployment of a most unexpected weapon, the humble cat. Genghis Khan's impact resonated far beyond the battlefields he dominated. He fostered trade, encouraged religious tolerance, and implemented a unified legal code. His conquests paved the way for the Silk Road's resurgence, facilitating cultural exchange and economic growth across Eurasia. Though history often remembers Genghis Khan for his military exploits, it is crucial to acknowledge his broader impact as a ruler. Yet, amidst the grand narrative of empire building, the legend of the 1,000 Cats Siege offers a glimpse into a different facet of his leadership. In the heart of Central Asia, nestled amidst the unforgiving Kizilkum Desert, lay the ancient city of Khiva. In 1220, this oasis of civilization found itself in the crosshairs of the Mongol war machine. Khiva, a strategically vital city controlling a key stretch of the Silk Road, became a prime target. The Khwarezmians, renowned for their fierce resistance, were determined to defend their city. Little did they know, Genghis Khan had devised a plan unlike any other, exploiting a vulnerability they never anticipated. The Mongol army, a sea of horses and men, descended upon Khiva, encircling the city. Days turned into weeks as the siege commenced, with Mongol trebuchets hurling stones against the city walls. Inside the city, the mood was a mixture of defiance and fear as food and water began to dwindle. Yet, they were unaware of the psychological weapon that Genghis Khan was about to unleash. As the siege dragged on, strange rumors began to circulate through the Mongol encampment. Whispers of an unusual tactic, a secret weapon that would break the deadlock and deliver victory to the Khan's forces. These rumors, carried on the desert wind, eventually reached the ears of the defenders within Khiva. The stage was set for Genghis Khan's gambit, a plan that would exploit not only the physical defenses of Khiva, but also the psychological vulnerabilities of its people. Under the cover of darkness, Genghis Khan assembled his most trusted lieutenants. He spoke of gathering a vast number of cats and using them to exploit a weakness within the walls of Khiva. Thousands of cats, collected from surrounding villages, would be driven towards the city walls under the cover of night. These feline battalions, their fur ablaze with torches tied to their tails, would become unwitting instruments of chaos and terror. The sight of thousands of flaming creatures surging towards the city would strike terror into the hearts of the bravest defenders. Word spread quickly through the Mongol ranks about the Khan's daring and unconventional strategy. The soldiers, hardened by years of warfare, couldn't help but feel a sense of curiosity mixed with a touch of unease. They trusted in the Khan's judgment, knowing his strategic brilliance. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the Mongol encampment transformed into a hive of activity. The soldiers gathered the feline army, their numbers growing with each passing hour. Under the cloak of darkness, the Mongol army prepared to unleash its unusual weapon. The cats, their numbers now swelling into the thousands, were herded towards the imposing walls of Khiva. Torches, soaked in oil and set ablaze, were carefully tied to the tails of the cats. From a distance, it appeared as if a river of fire was flowing towards the city. The desert night was now filled with the hissing of cats and the crackling of flames. Within the seemingly impregnable walls of Khiva, the defenders were caught completely off guard. Thousands of flaming creatures poured through the city gates, their numbers seemingly endless. Buildings quickly succumbed to the flames, sending showers of sparks into the night sky. The defenders, their disciplined ranks shattered, found themselves battling both the flames and the growing panic. The city, once a beacon of civilization, had descended into chaos. The Mongol army, watching from their vantage point outside the city walls, witnessed the effectiveness of their Khan's unconventional strategy. The chaos within Khiva was evident, the defenders' defenses crumbling before the onslaught of the feline army. A section of the once imposing walls, weakened by the relentless flames, crumbled and collapsed. The Mongol soldiers surged forward, eager to capitalize on the chaos and confusion. Their once impenetrable city was now vulnerable, their fate hanging precariously in the balance. With the city walls breached, the Mongol army swept through Khiva like a tidal wave. The defenders, outnumbered and outmaneuvered, fought bravely but were ultimately overwhelmed. Genghis Khan, watching from his command post, allowed himself a rare smile. His unconventional tactic had yielded a swift and decisive victory. The city of Khiva, once thought impregnable, was now his. Genghis Khan, a master strategist, understood that true victory lay not only in conquering land, but in breaking the spirit of his enemies. The siege of Khiva was a calculated demonstration of psychological warfare. By unleashing thousands of flaming creatures into the city, he created a spectacle of terror. This carefully orchestrated chaos was not merely an act of cruelty, it was a calculated tactic designed to exploit a fundamental human vulnerability, the fear of the unknown. The 1,000-cat siege on Khiva went beyond physical damage. The psychological toll was devastating. Soldiers faced a chaotic swarm of burning cats. Their training and discipline were useless. Fear spread like wildfire through the city. Defenders, broken and demoralized, were easy prey for the Mongols. The memory of that night lingered long after the physical scars healed. Genghis Khan's strategy at Khiva lay in the fear instilled by the cats and the element of surprise. The defenders were unprepared for this unconventional attack. The human mind struggles with the unfamiliar, especially in high-stress situations. The sudden appearance of flaming cats overloaded the defenders' senses. This surprise was crucial to the Mongols' success. The 1,000-cat siege highlights the importance of adaptability and innovation in warfare. The siege of Khiva, with its unconventional use of cats as instruments of war, underscores a brutal truth about warfare. The ultimate objective is often not the physical destruction of the enemy, but the crushing of their will to resist. Genghis Khan understood this principle implicitly. He knew that a city's defenses extended beyond its walls, encompassing the morale of its soldiers and the spirit of its people. By unleashing a wave of terror and chaos upon Khiva, he aimed to shatter the defenders' resolve, to make surrender seem like the only viable option. The psychological impact of the 1,000-cat siege would have been profound. The defenders, witnessing their city overrun by flames and chaos, would have experienced a sense of helplessness, a realization that their traditional methods of warfare were ineffective against this unconventional attack. This realization, coupled with the fear and confusion sown by the Mongols, would have eroded their will to fight, making them more susceptible to surrender. The Khan, by understanding the psychological underpinnings of warfare, achieved his objective swiftly and decisively, minimizing casualties among his own troops and securing a strategic victory that would solidify his control over the region. The 1,000-cat siege, while ultimately a Mongol victory, left an indelible mark on the city of Khiva. The physical scars of the fire may have faded with time, but the psychological wounds, the collective trauma of that night, would have lingered in the city's memory for generations. The citizens of Khiva, once accustomed to the comforts of their prosperous city, would have been left to rebuild their lives amidst the ashes. The memory of the flaming cats, the terror that gripped the city, the chaos and destruction, these experiences would have become woven into the fabric of their history, passed down through stories and whispered warnings. The Thousand Cats Siege serves as a stark reminder of the enduring impact of war, not only on the physical landscape, but also on the human psyche. It highlights the brutal reality that even in victory, there are always casualties, both seen and unseen. And so, the tale of Khiva stands as a cautionary testament to the ingenuity and ruthlessness of Genghis Khan, a leader who understood that true power lay not only in conquering lands, but in conquering minds. The Thousand Cats Siege might appear as a bizarre footnote in warfare, a whimsical, even cruel tactic by a ruthless conqueror. Yet it reveals Genghis Khan's cold, calculating brilliance. He saw warfare as a fluid, ever-changing puzzle. Victory favored the adaptable and cunning. The Thousand Cats Siege was a calculated gamble on psychological vulnerability. The true strength of a fortress lay in the minds of its defenders. A terrified enemy is easier to defeat. Genghis Khan neutralized their advantage, paving the way for victory. His unorthodox tactics cemented his reputation as a military innovator. The Thousand Cats Siege serves as a compelling case study in the art of unconventional warfare, a military doctrine that emphasizes adaptability, innovation, and the exploitation of psychological vulnerabilities. Genghis Khan, though often remembered for his brutality, was a masterful practitioner of this approach, consistently outmaneuvering and outsmarting his opponents. Throughout his campaigns, the Khan employed a range of unconventional tactics, from feigning retreats to lure enemies into ambushes, to utilizing scorched earth tactics to deny his opponents valuable resources. He understood the power of misinformation, often spreading rumors and disinformation to sow discord among his enemies. This strategic flexibility, this willingness to embrace the unexpected, was a key factor in the Mongol Empire's rapid expansion. While his adversaries clung to outdated strategies, the Mongols adapted, innovated, and exploited every weakness, turning the battlefield into a stage for their own cunning and adaptability. The Thousand Cats Siege, though certainly unique in its execution, embodies the core principles of unconventional warfare: surprise, psychological impact, and the disruption of enemy morale. It stands as a testament to Genghis Khan's understanding that true victory lay not only in physical domination, but in the mastery of fear and uncertainty. While the 1000 Cats Siege stands out as a striking example of unconventional warfare, the use of animals in combat has a long history. From antiquity to the modern era, commanders have recognized the strategic potential of creatures, often deploying them to disrupt enemy formations or exploit psychological vulnerabilities. The ancient Greeks used flaming pigs to disrupt enemy war elephants, exploiting their fear of fire. Hannibal marched his army, complete with war elephants, across the Alps, terrifying the Romans. In medieval Europe, beehives were hurled from castle walls, transforming insects into stinging projectiles. The use of animals in warfare highlights the ingenuity of commanders, their willingness to utilize every tool for victory. The 1000 Cats Siege echoes these ancient tactics, demonstrating the enduring appeal of unconventional warfare. The legend of the 1000 Cats Siege, though perhaps embellished through time and retelling, serves as a potent reminder of Genghis Khan's enduring legacy as a military innovator. He was a leader who challenged established norms, who understood that true mastery of warfare lay not only in brute force, but in cunning, adaptability, and a willingness to embrace the unorthodox. The Mongol Empire, forged on the backs of horses and fueled by the vision of its Khan, stretched from the Pacific coast to the doorstep of Europe. Its rapid expansion, a testament to the effectiveness of the Mongol war machine, reshaped the political landscape of Eurasia and left an enduring mark on world history. Yet Genghis Khan's legacy extends beyond the vast territories he conquered. He was a pragmatist who understood the importance of infrastructure, communication, and a unified legal code. He fostered trade, encouraged religious tolerance, and established a system of meritocracy within his ranks. The 1000 Cats Siege, though a seemingly minor episode in the grand narrative of Genghis Khan's conquests, encapsulates his innovative spirit, his willingness to think differently, and his understanding that true victory lay not only in defeating armies, but in conquering minds. The story of the 1,000 Cats siege captures the imagination. It offers a glimpse into a different era of warfare. This tale, passed down through generations, reminds us of the power of unconventional thinking. Fear and uncertainty can shatter morale and defenses. The image of flaming cats surging through Khiva, their meows echoing through the night, reminds us of war's chaos. Victory often hinges on exploiting the unexpected. Genghis Khan, the warrior who united the Mongol tribes and forged an empire that stretched across continents. He was a ruthless conqueror with a keen intellect. His campaigns were marked by strategic brilliance and adaptability. Genghis Khan's victories were not solely brute force, but cunning strategy. He redrew the map of Eurasia and connected east and west. The 1,000 Cat siege embodies his innovative spirit. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Genghis Khan's furry little siege? Could you ever imagine using cats in a battle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this wild tale of medieval tactics, don't forget to check out my other videos on historical warfare strategies or other quirky historical moments. Hit that subscribe button for more fun stories from the past. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.